Greetings everyone, Slizzle466 here. It is July 2022, so that means that it's time for another Best Decks for Wild Hearthstone video. Now, people have been going out of control with Prince Reno, so just be careful. A lot of these lists, they've hit high legend because players have been taking an 11-star bonus. I'll let you know what the best decks are when we go through them. But we got 25 decks to go through, and we start with Reno Hunter. Now, Reno Hunter, I already made a YouTube video on this deck, and it was terrible. I hated it. But if you like playing Demon Hunter, give it a go. It's a bunch of cards. It's 40 cards, and there you go. Togwaggle Druid. Now here's a deck that I actually love. This specific build, it's running the Pride Seeker, which is interesting. So Battle Cry, your next choose one card costs 2 less. That's not something you typically see in the lists. But otherwise, I just find Togwaggle to be a pretty solid deck. I typically deal well with it. It's not the easiest deck to play, but it is very, very fun. 40 card Reno Druid. So again, we have 40 cards. Here they all are. I'm not going to go through them all. But what we can see here is we've got a 40 card Dragon Reno Druid. Is it good? Who knows? But it exists. And also I think 269 is in my chat sometimes, so shout out to you. Reno 40 card Hunter. So this is a secret build. This specific player contic does very well with Reno Hunter, so I'm sure this list is really good. It looks like it's a kind of a mid-rangey list, though it does kind of top out at Call of the Wild Zul'jin, but it's Reno Secret Hunter. It's got 40 cards. Always fun. Now, Beast Hunter, this list is nuts. This is just a solid aggro list. It's not the easiest to play, but you can pick it up pretty quickly. This list actually hit #1 legend. The Coil Fang Constrictors are kind of weird. I believe that's a tech based on Copper's opponents that they were queuing into. But otherwise, it's a really good list, really strong. Looks like Hunter is in the meta again. And then we have this 40 card odd questline Hunter. I don't know where to start. First of all, I think questline Hunter's terrible, but it's a 40 card version, and that's kind of cool. So respect. Give it a go. Maybe it'll be fun. It's also fun to see Auction Master Beardo in here again. Remember, Dragonbane Shot got nerfed to 3 mana, so that's why this list is doing the odd questline thing, but looks pretty silly. Moving on to Mage, we have 40 card Reno Mage. Okay, so looking at the top end, this looks like a control list, but it's also running Open the Way Gate. So we got a Reno control 40 card Reno Mage going on here. This is actually a list I wouldn't mind trying. This looks pretty fun. It looks pretty much like Quest Mage. It's just got Reno stuff in it and 40 cards. Looks pretty fun. But if you want to be more efficient, I hate this deck so much. But I don't hate Zeddy. And Zeddy took this list to legend. It's really annoying. You can take like 20 extra turns if you want to, which really shouldn't be allowed in the game. But it exists. It's a pretty toxic deck. But if you want a lot of wins, this is a great way to do it. Moving on to Paladin. and I never thought the day would come where I say this, 40 card aggro Paladin. I guess it's not the worst idea. When I play aggro Paladin, especially against control decks, you just kind of run out of steam, run out of cards, run out of decks, so maybe having those 10 extra cards helps. It looks pretty much like aggro Paladin that we're used to, like the tax version. It's just got 10 extra cards in it. Kind of cool. But then we have this mid-range 40 card Paladin. What makes it mid-range? I don't know. It looks exactly like the previous list. I can't really see much of a difference. I guess it's got the Gnome Regan Infantry. Did the other one have it? It didn't. Okay, I mean, this has like a 10, 13, 9, 4. This one has a 12, 11, 7, 6. If anything, this is more aggro, so I don't know why it's called mid-range. But it's got a gangster in it. That's kind of cool. Play this one with a grain of salt. I feel like it's actually an aggro list. On to Priest. Combo Priest. It's a good deck. It's been around forever. You buff things. If your opponent is a jerk and plays Taunt, you play Shard of the Naru, smack him in the face, and you win. Efficient deck. Reno 40 card Paladin. We all knew this was coming. I mean, the thing I don't like about having 40 cards here is the best cards you want to get are the Raza and the Shadow Reaper Anduin. And having 10 extra cards makes that more difficult. But it's still a list I want to try. It looks fun. You got some quirky cards in here. You got the, where is it? The Thought Steal. The Mind Render Lucio. I'll give it a try. I'm sure it'll be fun. Big Priest. It's Big Priest. There's nothing special about this. Neptulon's great. If you didn't buy the mini set, it's worth a craft. But otherwise, if you want to be a jerk, Illuminate to get a 3-mana Shadow Essence is pretty good. So yeah, Big Priest. On to Rogue. Sadly, only one Rogue deck. I thought I had a second one. Oh no, they're out of... I thought I had a Bomb Rogue, but I think I forgot to put it in the video, and I'm not going to put it in now. But yeah, Pirate Rogue. You all know it's good. It's a solid deck. The Starfish is a nice tech. It's the deck I play when I don't like to think, which is most of the time. Yeah, I think there was supposed to be a Mine Rogue list, but I didn't put it in for some reason. Don't know why. But let's go to Shaman. We've got Shadowwalk Shaman, specifically 40 card Shadowwalk Shaman, because why not? Like I said, everyone is just going out of control with the Prince Renathal. So I think I did. Did I do a YouTube on this? I feel like I did. I did a YouTube on this one, and my conclusion was the 30 card lists the better. But I mean, if you want to play it, go for it. But it's a little bit less inconsistent. It's still kind of weird how there's there's a Hemet in here. But I guess if you want to get rid of those extra 10 cards you put in, you can blow them out. We've got Big Shaman, specifically Big 40 card Shaman. So why would you need 40 cards in your Big Shaman? Because you want to run all the crazy minions. Double Colossus, Neptulin, Hakar, Colossus, Lich King, Brucan, even though it's not a minion, Glug. So this is the greediest Big Shaman list I have ever seen. And it actually looks... And there's Dirty Rats in here for some reason, which is kind of weird. But it's probably really good. It looks pretty fun. I kind of want to play it right now. Okay, we have Reno Shaman, and shockingly, this is only a 30 card list, which baffles me, because Reno Shaman isn't that popular, so why not run a 40 card list? Skimming through it, it's pretty stock. There's nothing particularly fancy here, but this is a very well-tuned deck, and if you want to beat people up with Reno Shaman, here's a good way to do it. And then we have the regular 30 card Shudderwock Shaman. I hate this deck because I don't like getting my board frozen constantly and not being able to play spells, but it's incredibly efficient and one of the best decks in the meta. On the Warlock, 40 card Reno Warlock. So very quick scan. There's a bird in there. There's an Immolate, which is pretty funny. It's actually not too greedy on the top end. And the Zoth's a bit greedy. There's a Void Contract. Is there a Blood Bloom? If you're going to run Void Contract, you got to run Blood Bloom, and there's no Blood Bloom here, so that's a misplay. But apart from that, it's pretty funny how Void Contract is becoming meta. But that's the way that's the way Wild is going. Giant Warlock. I love this deck. This is my current favorite deck to play in the meta. Giant's Warlock, adding 10 extra cards to it, perfectly fine, because you're tapping like a lunatic anyway, trying to kill yourself because you want to get the Giants out. I love this. I love this list. It's an absolute banger. And if you love playing Warlock and you love winning, this is a great way to do so. Even Warlock. There's actually nothing new in this list. This is just Rotted Zombie's previous list. It's just a good list. I think I took it to Legend last month. My favorite combo is to go Sea Devil Stinger into Gigafin, into Molten Giants, which is really funny, because basically your opponent usually just concedes. It is an aggro deck. You can fight me on that. You win the games pretty quick. Usually your games are over by turn 6 or 7. That makes it an aggro deck. Xenolife King. So the Xenolife King, he's a VIP in my chat. A lovely individual. And he hit early legend with Q-Block. Specifically 40 card Q-Block. Now I have not played Q-Block for a long time. And I haven't tested this list yet. But it looks pretty sick. And I think it's something that I definitely need to try. And I think we're going to make a future YouTube video about this deck, because I'm very intrigued to give this list a go. And last but not least, we have Warrior. Starting off with 30 card Reno Warrior. I don't know why you wouldn't run 40, but Warrior has terrible card draw, so it kind of makes sense. I think I've seen this list before. It's okay. I've found in the past that whenever I play Reno Warrior, I do pretty well. So this is specifically a dragon build. But it's basically just going around clearing boards to fend off aggro, and then just overwhelming slower decks with dragons. I guess I might have to recraft a couple things. This is an odd 40 card warrior. To be honest, it kind of makes sense, because odd warrior is all about putting your opponent to sleep and having the games go on forever. So the fact that you're running 10 extra cards makes sense. You've got 10 extra HP, Not that you really need it because you got the tank up hero power. Does this deck have a win condition? Nope. The deck's win condition is make your opponent fall asleep. I don't know why there's a Shadow Hunter Vol'jin in here. I guess that's kind of like your dirty rat. But yeah, this list is I'll probably try it. It looks pretty fun actually. And last but not least, you thought we were done with 40 card decks? No. It's 40 card Bomb Warrior. I hate Bomb Warrior. For those of you who watch the channel regularly, every time I play Bomb Warrior, everything goes wrong. My opponent never draws the bombs, or I never draw the Wrench Caliber, and I get very irritated. So now we have an extra 10 cards to never draw Wrench Caliber. I'm sure the deck's okay, but this is one I probably won't touch, but it exists. So yeah, lots of 40 card decks. People are just having a blast in Wild right now. If you want to try any of these decks for yourself, you'll find the deck codes in the description below. If you want to help support this channel, I would very appreciate it if you clicked the subscribe button, maybe click that notification bell. And until next time, hope to see you again.